Hi everyone. How are you doing? Yeah. Hey, Apple developers. Yeah. I'm so great to be here to talk all about motion graphics and Lottie. Yeah. And don't forget to say hello to the people from the YouTube channel. Yeah. Has anyone used Lottie before, or has anyone heard of Lottie? Okay. Yeah, yeah. Many people, right? So let me begin with a cool quiz before we get in the slide. So many people know and love Lottie nowadays, right? The quiz is here. How did Lottie format start to get popular? Anyone want to answer?
Copy paste Airbnb.
Oh, because it's from Airbnb.
Copy pasting.
Copy paste it. Oh yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, I knew it. So here is the prize for one person who answered very cool answer. So wanna try or okay yeah. Let me show you about the prize. It's limited edition actually from Lottie Fires. We got a lot of motion animation here. Yeah, actually it's not moving now, but it's sometimes moving. Okay.
Because it's vector based and there's
Yeah, because it's vector based and it's written in JSON, which developer can easily read. Okay, that's a cool question. All right. So project one who I should give to. Okay, friend. Yeah, you were the first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, I think, in my opinion, the reason it became very popular because of the compressed size. The size was very small.
Okay.
The editor where you can configure the animation, that was pretty cool because using quad score or layers to do animation was crazy difficult. And Lottie made it so easy.
Yeah.
That, I mean, anybody can do it kind of thing. Earlier, only principal and seniors can do it.
That's right. Yeah, you got a point. Yeah, thank you for additional explanation. Yeah, and unfortunately, the gift is one. So I'm giving you something more after the session. Cool, right? Yeah. There's no wrong answer, right? And you got a good point. But the answer I prepared is that because developers started to love it. Yeah. Yeah, hello again. I'm Jinny. I'm front-end engineer at Lottie Fires and a person enjoying building application by night. I'm gonna start with this session with talking about why motion. Again, why motion? Right? I've seen a lot of eyes are following the animation, text animation from left to right. That's the reason why we use motion, why motion is needed, and the power of the motion animation. Motion design has been a very powerful solution for product development. It's not just one of designs, not just one of ways to design, but a key point for improving your product and user experience. So motion, why? Why motion? Because visual animation lists these three core elements. With the motion, you're gonna get higher engagement, and you're gonna have lower churn rate, and you're gonna increase conversion rate with a motion. So overall, it's eventually for better user experience, I would say. So from these normal designs, a little more delightful with a motion. And over 80% of most loved brands, they actually use motion in their product and application inside. for product experience and for onboarding, or when we want to give users with the good and clear feedback. How about this? When we want to give product a good story, don't you think it would be good game changer with emotion? We don't have to speak everything about our story, everything about our key features, just cool motion. The one would be very enough for storytelling. Here are some examples how the many companies use Lottie and Lottie animation. Google, they has every animation built with Lottie in their product. And Telegram, there are so much great stickers. They're actually Lottie. Did you know that? So, how can Lottie help motion workflows for developers? Before Lottie, when designers is eager to make a very cool animation, very beautiful animation, they're so happy to make their own like brand and own animation, own design, because they like it. But in the meantime, developers are very struggling to implement that because even motion design, even for a designer, it is complex part of design. But for developers, just think about we have to code every frame in a code, and we should copy and paste, and we should confirm with the designers. And just let's imagine when designers are complaining about animation, that it's not different, it's not what I expected from the motion. Yeah, so it's too complex to implement. So now we know what we need. We need special and powerful solution of designing a motion animation in small size and which is easy to edit and which is easy to implement. We want to make this journey easy and simple. You feel it? We know the answer. Yes, Lottie. Lottie offers very small size with the file size reduction. While GIF has a very heavy first side to show some animating scenes and graphics. And it's also very easy for designers and developers when they are handling. Um, by leveraging the platforms of Lottie, we just can download from the workflow and website, and then developers just can easily add an animation by copy and paste. And even when we want to edit some point of animation, we don't have to look at whole code, or we don't have to edit some very hard point of code. We just can edit the animation from the platforms that supports Lottie. An amazing point of Lottie, what I'm thinking is that while we use the animation, we don't actually have to change the designer's workflow. You know, doesn't want to change their workflow, right? Because they're used to do it. So in Lottie and with Lottie files, we can just keep the designer's workflow as is with the Lottie files plugin or whatever, Figma or Adobe After Effects, whatever they want. They just can edit and create the motion graphics and just export from their tool with the plugin, right? That's an amazing point. And free animations with the Lottie files, which is largest Lottie marketplace in the world. We all know that not every companies are capable to make their own motion animation because it's taking too much time. But let's think about just we can just choose one of your favorite and touch with your brand color or just simple point of them, and then redesign via the way to build our own design asset. Isn't it? Yeah, it's very powerful. Yeah, And we are basically iOS developer, right? Yeah, I know not everyone, yeah, but let's say even Apple says about motion in their guidelines, a human interface guideline. In that guideline, motion is considered to be a very important point of designing your app or game. They say motion to bring the interface to life, motion to provide feedback and instruction to users, and to improve the visual experience for your application or a web game. Yeah. So we might be wondering, so how to use motion, right? Previously, Lottie in Apple platforms with Swift, we use just Airbnb Lottie library by just having some simple code to UI, and then animation. It just popped up, right? It's very simple. Looks very simple, right? That's what Lottie has been providing for developers, and developers could use and leverage the power of Lottie animation to build complex animation on actual screen. However, there have been unresolved issues across the platforms in a Lottie ecosystem. Like, um, we are iOS developer and we are building an Apple application, but I bet we don't want to just make only Apple iOS application. At the time, we also want to make a website and Android application. But in all the library of Lottie, they had a problem on the rendering difference. Like Lottie Android is built with Kotlin and Java language, and the web is built with JavaScript or TypeScript, and iOS with the Swift or Objective-C, right? So that's your radical issues in the Lottie ecosystem because they are building with different engineers with the different languages. Is yeah, makes sense. Yeah. So many users of Lottie and developers they say, hey, there are some different animation rendering results across the web and iOS. Why my animation is rendered well in the web, while the iOS always is failing? Yeah, here's another case. Lottie animation render different from expect. Wow, sounds very yeah uncomfortable, right? I actually picked these issues up from the Lottie iOS repository, which is still available, and you just can check from their repo. Yeah, still, and they still say some spec isn't supported, so I had to switch the specific feature with another feature to render what I want, what I expect. Like yeah, like just like you can see from the table, Lottie iOS has some limitation for graphics pack. So how can we address this issue? We want to know, I would say, and introduce that Lottie. Anyone has heard of that Lottie before? Nice, yeah. Thank you so much. Download is a superset of Lottie.js and it supports Lottie, JSON-based Lottie, and it also offers much more features and some more better performance. In the Lottie spec perspective, the Lottie player supports almost all spec coverage of Lottie, where Lottie iOS doesn't support. How about text? Text is very important point of motion animation. A lot of motion designers want to make a cool text-based animation on the screen, right? But the Lottie iOS, they have some limitation on the text rendering. But the Lottie, we have perfection of supporting text. And I would say it's also extremely lightweight and scalable, interactive file format standard. Lottie JSON is already reduced some file size, but that Lottie they have some much better compression algorithm in their file format, and we can have even smaller than Lottie JSON and GIF. Yeah. Yeah, you might be wondering, so why does the file size matter? Because with the smaller and effective file size, you can have faster response and page load time, and you can improve user experience and satisfaction. Yeah. So the memory usage and performance and user experiences are improved as file size is reduced. Here is a story about Gojek. Gojek is most biggest delivery application in southern East Asia. Uh, they are having so many Lottie animations built with the Lottie, and they are heavy users of motion graphics. Uh, with the Lottie, they had some experimental, and they had a good result on file size dropping, and they improved load time and memory use, and they also could keep constant user experience on there. And when we have a lower and smaller file size on the device, it means the data use or energy use will also be reduced. Yeah, another scenario, Zomato, they also had a 60% to 70% of improvement where they are still keeping high quality of the animation. Yeah, so that Lottie is its ability is trusted by a lot of companies in the world, each countless. Yeah, and that Lottie offers even more powerful features such as the Lottie teaming. Previously, when we wanna have a similar animation but in different color palette, we had to have um, different animation file in the SS, which means we could have a very heavy structure of file access, but with a lot of theming, you just can have your color part as a part of data inside of the Lottie, and when it's triggered, right, it just change it without re-rendering the animation. It's dynamically change the color part what you want. That's the Lottie theming. Yeah. And segment is that which the developer can choose the range of animation, and when they run the animation partially, they can use segments, and then they can define the range, and the animation is rendered only in the range which the developer selected. So it's just one single animations, but with the segments uh, based on what you select range. I mean, the animation is changed even with a single fire animation. Yeah, yeah. So seeing is believing. Yeah. So you might wonder, so how the Lottie is implemented, and so how we can use the Lottie with the Apple platform. So let's dive into the live demo for the Lottie now. Yep. So everyone has Xcode, right? We're Xcode BIOS developer. So open Xcode and let's create some cool iOS development projects from a cool name. So iOS meetup. Next, great. Yep, here we had a cool project. And then we want to have that Lottie iOS here. Yeah, let's figure out how much it's easy. Just type the Lottie iOS in Google, then you're gonna easily find the documentation of it. And it supports Swift Package Manager, which means you can easily install the package via add package dependencies, and then just enter the package URL and add the package into your project. And targeting our project, yeah, and then it's installed. And we want to import that Lottie. And we want to have some animation that is actually that Lottie. We have code here. No, sure. Yep. And what animation to render? There are some examples of that Lottie in that Lottie viewer. There are useful examples how the Lottie is used. So we're gonna have this animation on the iOS screen. Yeah. Unfortunately, there is no download button, but we know how to solve it. We all know, right? So toggle the network tab and comment refresh and filter the Lottie. Yes, it's the Lottie. Yeah. And then I want to have a multi-animation example here. Oh, yeah. And then this one is popped up, copy URL, and get in the terminal. And then just double jet. Then that works. Yeah, we got a Lottie. We are stealing actually the Lottie animation from Lottie files. Yep. So here, yep. And let's rename it to like multi-anim.lottie. Yep. And here we go. Yep, so just include this file into your project and copy the file to SS and add to your SS bundle and load animation via file name, just multi-anim Lottie with some config. Which config is available? Here we can just copy and paste. Yeah, so we can ensure autoplay and looped animation. And just add to your virtual stack here, animation and view. Then the Lottie would be rendered. Shall we check? Nice, build succeeded. And then simulator is at the left panel. Yep, there. Loading, still being loaded. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, let's figure out. Yeah, that's how what it work, right? Do animation view, multi-anim, that Lottie. Actually, another repo I've tested already. Yeah, this would work. Yeah, it's same Lottie animation. And Oh yeah, yeah. I knew it. Yeah. So yeah. Sorry about it. I should have missed the extension. Yep. Let's figure out. See? Was it easy? Was it for you, Apple developers? Yeah. Yeah, it's a Lottie simple integration with your iOS project. But we want to have a much more advanced feature here, right? That Lottie support multiple animations in a single file, and it is multi-anim example. Yeah. So let's switch the animation dynamically by button action here. So I would have button here like this, and load animation by ID, and which animation we want to play here. So now the animation is anger, right? And here is some cooler. No, I don't want to be crying, and I want to, yeah, blush. Looks good. Blush, and then the button is here. Are you wondering if it works? Should we check? Yeah, button. Oh yeah, I changed it. Yeah, that's multi animation of that Lottie. Thank you so much. Yeah. Multi animation is very useful, as you see here. Like when you want to have different situation of a scene, like by user clicking and to change, showing new face. It's cool, but sometimes we want to have efficient way to change the animation. Just imagine the face is looks similar, right? And we don't have to render every animation again, because multi animation is typically a different animation shape. So let's dive into the theming of that Lottie. There's also an example, and we don't want to waste the time, so just click and still the file again, and yep, still. And then the theme animation is available in my download panel. And let's switch to the animation in asset, theme Lottie, add to assets, and in the content view, replace multi-anim with the theme. And wanna check if it's changed. Yeah, it changed. But we want to have a theming example here. So you can just use set theme. What theming is available? Yeah, they support dark mode. So let's switch to the dark mode here. And then run. And when I toggle the button, the new theming, new color palette is changed. Yeah, that's the downloaded theming feature. Yeah. And today's session topic is that across the Apple platform, you don't want to see just only an iOS platform, right? So we also want to have a Mac OS version for just in case anyone want to have a Mac OS development. So I prepared some repository here. Test Lottie Mac. They have exactly the same code as we use in iOS. It's same, right? Download the animation with multi-anim and some script UI code. And when we run and it failed, why? Yeah, maybe because I am missing download the package dependencies here. Let's add package. Oh, it crashed. Yeah. You see, it's Apple's fault, right? Xcode is crashing now. Yeah, I might better to report to Apple directly. But it works, yeah. Now, so even in different platform, Mac OS, in this case, you can just have the same code as iOS, and when you click the button, the multi animation and theming is also would be also working. Yeah, that's the live demo I prepared. Was it cool for you? Cool. All right, yeah. So we've checked the Lottie integration to Apple system for two platforms, macOS and iOS. We also checked the multi-animations and theming, how it works and how we can integrate into it. But at the moment, we want to know like how the Lottie ensures consistent rendering performance and results, and how the Lottie support a very wide range of Lottie spec than Lottie iOS. So I'm gonna mention our project, the RPG. Yeah, it's the core backend rendering engine of the Lottie. So RPG is a vector graphics engine which written in full open source project. We are with over 10 maintainers over the world, and there are some key points of the um, features. We support web integration with OVG, and it's very lightweight vector graphics engine. So when we use the Lottie or the third part as a library, we don't want to have heavy bundle size on our binary, right? Because the OVG offers lightweight binary size, that Lottie player could also can be a small size. It can be started from 150 kilobyte minimum binary size, which is very small. And we also offers hardware accelerations as well as CPU renderer. And we support industry standard formats such as SVG and Lottie. Also, each platform independent portability is excellent. So today we check the just simple case for Apple platforms, but you can have download it in your Android and in your web, in your React Native app, whichever you are coding. You can select download it to have these strengths. If you wanna have wanna learn more about the OBG, you can just have a link here. Yeah, that's how it works. And here is a case with Canva, which leveraged OVG as a core render of their iOS platform. In their case, they led saving approximately 8 seconds, making an improvement of around 80%, and it leads 70% of improvement in their memory usage. So downloading also has also a similar advantage of what OVG offers. Yeah, I'm gonna close session with introducing a downloading specification 2.0. We just checked the simple downloading animation example, but we are preparing some even cooler features on that Lottie for providing motion designers and developers with powerful features. In 2.0, we are announcing powerful teaming features as official spec, and state machine will be integrated soon. So here, the Lottie version 2 will be like this. It has multi animations from version 1, and it will be included the multi teams and the Lottie state motion as official new features. So here, you might wonder, so what is the state motion? State motion is closely to interactivity. When we want to have a motion animations here, some cases we want to have some interactivity here, like when users select animations, and then we want to have uh, switching of animations, just like we saw, right? So in the state motion and interactivity, we are offering defining those states in the animation, so developers can switch the scenarios of animation. Just like this pigeon, the animation could be exploded, and let's say the application is light mode and dark mode as their system, yeah. And when we want to have something like start rating without extra coding, you can just have a Lottie component, just one component inside here to build the kind of complex animation scenario, like multiple teams. And the Lottie state machines, you can create animation like this. This is a Lottie animation, but which actually understand what users input here. So when I put the A or D in the keyboard, it understands their state and the user interaction, and then it renders the animations based on the state, right? It's like a game, and when we want to jump, we can jump here. That's the state motion. So we are preparing this Lottie state motion, and we are building a better workflow for it. So when it's announced, we can have created animation from the tool what designers love, like from Figma or of the After Effects, and you can export to Lottie first platform, and in the platform you can interact the editing tool to make a state of the animation and can build, yeah, animation like we've seen. Yep. So motion design has been improving nowadays, and we are facing in very specific situation that in the much complex and better experience with the motion animations. So the user experience is not just the responsibility of designers or PMs now, but also on the responsibility of developers. So motion graphics is good solution for developers, perhaps. Yep, that's it for the session. And we are providing the QR for Lottie Files community in Seoul and Korea. We have some Lottie Files members here, and we are operating the community here. You can enter the Kakao channel from the QR code. And if you have any question or about the Lottie or some issue on using it, you can feel free to reach out to us so we can solve it and discuss more. Yeah. Yep. And Q&A, any question?
All right, first, big round of applause. I want to first start with a question that someone asked on the Kakao, which was, does the SDK also support UI kit, or do we have to, use UI OC controller?
Okay. UI kit. So far, the Lottie iOS is separate Swift UI. And there is some limitation on using UI kit. But the good news is the team is trying to build for the UI kit. So I think it's gonna be shipped soon. Yeah, that's the answer for now.
Okay, thanks. Any question? Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, I got a question. It sounds like you guys solved the issues that you're having with different platforms rendering things differently.
Yeah.
And I was just checking out your GitHub. Did you solve that by writing like the core SDK for that in Rust and then bridging that into the iOS and Android SDKs?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. So previously, as I mentioned, there are some unresolved issues in rendering difference, like Lottie iOS, web, and Android. When we are building animation with their libraries, there are always difference. But in the Lottie, we actually leverage just one core backend rendering engine, the DOVG, which I mentioned, and the Lottie has a foreign the FFI system for having a DOVG inside of the Lottie. So we ensure same and constant animation experience with a single core rendering pipeline. Yeah, that's true. That's right.
Oh, shit.
Thank you, shit.
Any other question?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I was very almost late, and I didn't know about your introduction. And I hope that you work in Baltic, right?
Yeah, right.
And I have sorry about that. And I'm not sorry that I'm done.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm coming from work. This is a dedication, by the way. The first question is that I kind of missed how you downloaded the JSON file.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm not rich, and I'm really interested in like using Lottie files.
Okay, yeah, cool.
I'm a developer also, and I don't want to pay for the premium.
Sure, yeah.
So how did you do that? And is there any possibility that you could talk to sales team that the prices would be kind of decreased for developers?
Okay, I see. Yeah.
So is it for first question, first answer, then we have a second answer?
Sure.
I'm also from Lottie Files and
Sales team.
Sales team, yeah. So first thing first, yeah. So how to install the Lottie JSON? Sorry for offering the hacky way of downloading the Lottie just now. But in Lottie first, there are a bunch of free animations, and you can just search what you want, or you can even upload your own assets into Lottie first workflow. Just in case of downloading the animation, you can just search and download animation to save. Then you can download the link of animation by handoff, like with the sheet and link, or you can download the actual file of that Lottie or JSON here. Yeah, that's the valid way of downloading the JSON.
But are you a basic user or premium user in this case?
You can use with
download files as a free user, so it doesn't really matter. Just the optimize.lottie and optimize JSON is the one that you have to pay for. So you still have a lot of capabilities with the free account.
So I was ignorant, right? Okay. Anyways,
And also, just to give you a little more tip of how to use Lottie files the best, like if you wanna use Lottie files, you can ask your company to purchase. That's the best way usually, and that's what we want as well, right? So if you're interested in learning more about enterprise sales, come and talk to me after.
My company is not using that already. Not using that, but I'm using for my own product. Okay. So I'm paying with my money.
Okay, so we should hope your company is growing so fast so you can buy a Lottie First membership
We also have
soon.
a monthly plan available if you're interested, so just come and ask.
My name is Kevin, by the way. Just decrease the price.
You can't just have a special plan for Kevin, like all the Kevins would sign up, right? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Any other question?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that you raised your hand because I saw you as a designer taking a picture of the
The table and yeah.
the like before the QR code, the one
Oh.
this, like motion graphic is also the role of the developer. And she was like, oh, I should report that. So I thank you.
As you said, I'm a product designer, and I'm just curious. In the future, do you think Lottie will support 3D design too?
Yeah, as far as I know, the team doesn't have any solid plan to support trading yet because the Lottie is actually targeting the solving the problem, which is around in 2D vector graphics area. So yeah, not planned, I would say. Yeah, but in Lottie, many of the cases, in product designers, they use Lottie like 3D. Like you can overlap the layers and make them move differently. Then it looks 3D. Or if you want to have a specific or complex 3D animating some situation, then bitmap image could be used in this case. But yeah, there's not really efficient way for like reducing file size or something. Yeah.
I'm also curious, like, is Lottie used by any gaming industry or any for the game line?
In game industry, I've seen some cool projects before that actually use Lottie as a like game player in the scene.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Actually, I was amazed by the thing that you guys are, actually, as understood, you supply the animations for the Duolingo and the Telegram, right?
Yeah.
And actually, yeah, I really love the animation here, and I was just thinking maybe 2 weeks ago, like how they actually implement this, because it looks very smooth. So yeah, and my question is about before you show practical stuff in the Xcode, like state management, and you can basically play around with the animation. So and do you have actually the same kind of tool or library for the React stuff, like for the front end?
React.
Because- yeah.
React.
Yeah, for React. For
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. We have the Lottie web here, and this web offers a lot of support of front-end framework and library such as React you mentioned, and like Vue and Svelte, and even it offers a pure web component. Yeah, almost everything. Yeah.
And so basically, it's the same like you showed, right? So it has the same abilities, same features.
Yeah. It has same core rendering pipeline as the Lottie iOS I just showed up you. Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other? Okay.
Um, Thank you for your presentation. And then I was wondering if you can kind of check on how much like CPU load or like RAM uses in the Lottie files web. Like, is that possible, or do we have to see on the instrument and then kind of see how the RAM memory uses? Like that?
So you want to check actual CPU memory uses with the Lottie stuff to check whether the performance is efficient for your environment, right? So we have the Lottie runtime page here in Lottie files. We are offering the performance index here. You can just get in with the Lottie runtime from the Google, and when you click this link, there is some simple pump performance tracking interface here with the multiple and different loading animation on the single page. You can measure your frame per second at the time and memory uses here. It might be beneficial if you wanna check like actual frame per second and memory uses with the number of animations. Would it be an answer for you?
I mean, like, sometimes designers give us like really like a lot of layers based information, and then like especially like some of the iPads, they're like 2 gigabytes of memory where the resources are really limited, and then we don't know about the kind of output, and then later on we found out in the Firebase analytics like that. So it would be great like if we could kind of find out on the Lottie files like the page in the viewer that how much like estimated memory usage or CPU usage, so that like you could kind of
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point actually. Yeah, because I think it's because not many designers are not many designers care about the performance of dev side like you. Not many people are kind as you. So yeah, but it's good point. Yeah. Okay. I'll send this feedback to the team so we can check if yeah.
Since when a designer builds, let's say your Arrow file or something, when the animation is exported, it's still 2D. Right? So there aren't much layers. So if you use Lottie, it already optimizes it. So the example here about it's like that. Especially if you pay, it's crazy. But even if in the free version, right, because it is exported, if you try to do it by hand, it's crazy. But what it actually is why it's powerful. No matter how much layers you have, it will be pretty less.
Yep.
My name is Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
This time my question is not that sarcastic.
Okay.
It is a pure ignorance from my side. I heard that you mentioned something about Duolingo.
Yeah.
And I'm really interested how they are implementing the icon animation. Sometimes the icon and the app icon of Duolingo like changes based on the state of the application user.
Like in iPhone?
iPhone, yes, in iOS. So my question is this the thing that Lottie is doing for Duolingo, or can I also use Lottie to just make that happen for my apps?
First of all, even I'm not actually sure like what kind of solution the Duolingo has for the icon, but I think it should follow the system API of iOS, so you can easily check how you can make a animating or something like moving icon in for the system level icon. Yeah, that will be answered for sure.
And the follow-up question is that maybe your product managers will have that answer. Is there any future plan for making it happen so that it will be much more easier? And my company will pay for that actually.
You mean the icon?
Yes, icon animation.
I think it's very different problem from what we can build with the in like iOS and or Apple platform. Yeah, because the manipulating the icon is highly dependent on the system API I just mentioned, right? So if that layer doesn't accept the Lottie file format, then from our perspective, there is no way to like pushing Lottie animation to be in the icon. Yeah. So in that case, we cannot be sure to say, yeah, we can surely provide soon. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. And you can also take a note of that and present that to PMs.
Okay. I will. Thank you.
That's going to be a very profitable
Yeah.
a solution for sales team also.
Yeah, sure thing. Why not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
To maybe add on that, to cut the dream, it's not possible. I mean, changing the icon is like, it's part of the SDK, there is one command to change it. You can change it dynamically based on whatever state. You can also, like this is the Duolingo cases, like if you didn't do your homework for 1 week, they have this angry bird. Another example is the GitHub iOS app. Some apps do this, I think Reddit as well. If you are Reddit Pro, you can change the icon in the settings. In GitHub, they give you like 5 or 10 icons you can change. I mean, does that mean you cannot animate icons? Or if you just loop through this command, but you don't want to do that, but it would be like sloppy. But no, it's nothing to do with Lottie, and I don't think the only animation that you can do, I mean, you can't even do, but Apple can do is with the clock. But I think only Apple can do it. I don't know if, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I thought. Yeah, okay. Any other question? Yeah, a few.
Here from the right side. Yeah. Hello. Great stuff. We're actually using Lottie, but the creative team has decided that, with Apple going more glassy and stuff, it seems like 2D is out, 3D is in. So we will be moving to 3D, which kind of for question is what I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
But you did mention that you can use bitmaps, and I just wonder what's the image format and compression on that. Is it better for me to still use an H265 video and kind of use that as an animation, or should I use a bitmap that then moves around? So I'm just wondering you said bitmap. I'm really hoping it's not a bitmap. I hope it's like compressed.
Yeah. Thank you for a good question. And first of all, again, thank you for using that Lottie. And the bitmap image has been used from the Lottie JSON way before, not from the Lottie. But in the Lottie, we optimize the bitmap image by compressing them into WebP. So when you make the Lottie format from the Lottie JSON, and when the animation has the bitmap resource, the Lottie converter automatically convert their image layers into the WebP, which are already optimized. Yeah, so that's the how the Lottie optimize the bitmap layer you mentioned. Yeah.
So in theory, if I have an animated WebP, would I be able to use an animated image inside of .lottie to then move? Let's say I have a spinning planet that's an animated WebP. Can I use that in .lottie file and then animate the already animated image? You know what I mean?
Yeah. The moving
So I want to have the WebP be animated. The WebP itself would be an animated video with the loop. Let's say Earth spinning.
Yeah, that's a feature of WebP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just show the bitmap from the given file. So when your animation is moving, then it would work even in Lottie because it's just natively showing the file.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. The other one, you showed like segments before.
Yep.
Let's say I have a long animation with like 10 different segments.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, when the user is using the app, they will only use one segment. Does that mean the whole file gets loaded into memory, or only the segment that's being used? Because that seems like if you have a long animation but you're only using one segment, it would be quite a memory, hog.
That's a funny and great point. Unfortunately, a lot of cases, which they are losing a file size, they use segments, just a few frame of very long animation, which means the animation is not so well used. Just imagine when you have a range, just low range of the animation, and just you lose the other animation at the time, and use your application or website still have that size. I think it's very um, it's not good uses of Lottie. So the segment is well used for the scenario. Yeah. When you choose the range and when you want to switch in the app, but when you just define the range and don't use the other frames, then you better use cut the animation and use only that range of animation by re-exporting. Yep.
I'll end here.
Any last question? No? All right. Big round of applause.